Coming up on Crossfire Collectibles, G.I. Joe Classified Series 60th Anniversary Action Pilot Halo Jumper. Stick around. What's up and welcome to Crossfire Collectibles. Today's video, we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the G.I. Joe Classified Series 60th Anniversary Action Pilot Halo High Altitude Low Opening Jumper. So we got number 4 for our action figures, and here is the Halo Jumper. Pretty cool. I see some reuse stuff in there, as well as a couple new things, and a bunch of accessories that we'll go ahead and ID for you, and we'll check them out. But first, we're going to go ahead and look at this box here. Nice artist render. Kind of reminds me of Hit and Run. I'm sure a lot of you out there think the same, although it is not, but still pretty neat. He actually comes with a parachute. So the first classified figure that we got that comes with the parachute, which is awesome. Flip around to this side. Here's a full side piece of the artist render, G.I. Joe and 60. Around to this side, black and white artist render and QR code. On to the back. There you can see the jumper right here with what looks like a Sky Striker. Now, I don't know if this is classified scale, but something tells me it is just a regular HasLab version of the Sky Striker they released for the O-Ring figures. Get the airport tower in the background. There's a close-up of his face so you can see the camo makeup on. There's a shot of his altimeter indicator. And pretty neat. Bottom, UPC, the top, 60. Now, let's go ahead and pop him open. But first, please subscribe to the channel. So yeah, another figure that we're looking forward to, and he is here. So always good to get, if you want to consider them troop builders, or if you just want to consider them, you know, an actual part of your collection, maybe make a name up for them. Either way, it'll fit. But this is pretty neat. Pretty excited about this parachute here. Feeling that material. It seems like the same material they used for the modern figures. It is a type of fabric. And it's not plastic, which is nice. You got those string attachments here. Get this stuff out. Crap. And we'll start with a stand. So basic black stand, 2 pegs, stripes and star. Got that little opening front. I'm probably about at the 90% point that I'm going to go ahead and get some water decals to put names on. I think they will really work nice. And then here's the figure in the plastic dungeon. Tons of accessories, quite a few reuse, and a couple of new things, which is pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and start popping out the accessories first. We'll go over them one by one, and then we'll get to the figure. So we'll start with the weapons. And here you have a knife. You have the all dark green. A couple of grooves in the handle on each side. And a little blade up here. Not much to it, but typical knife that we've seen before. Here you have the pistol, probably a little 9mm. It's got that point up here, so you can probably put suppressor on there, a reverse to blast effect. All green, nothing really too special about it. A little bit of detail up on the slide and down at the grip. Let's get out his first little mini assault rifle. And I believe this is a type of a SIG rifle. Modified, of course, but, you know, it's what, I guess, the main hull of the body of the gun would look like. You got a couple modifications up here. You know, you got the grip and the scope, all that good stuff. Hole at the end of the barrel for a blast effect. And removable magazine. Yeah, I think it's a SIG 5.56 PSD, maybe. You're not seeing it in all these different fashion of colors, so it actually looks good in a solid color. Makes it more realistic. And looks all right. Move on to the others here. Now I'm going to do something that I haven't done, and I'm going to show these both at the same time because what I think these are the same rifle. And I believe these are both highly modified HK416s. So basic gun is pretty much the same all the way through it. And then you have major upgrades on it. You got the stocks, then you have that piece on the top, 2 different scopes. You have a little grenade launcher down here, and just the extended barrel, the suppressor. So these things are like seriously modified. Very cool. Depends what you want to do, you know, what kind of warfare they're going into. But you can take the suppressor off of that, you shorten it, have a basic assault rifle right here with a large scope, but I think it would be better if this was on it. So just plug it right back in. Holes at the end of the barrels for blast effects on each, as well as the grenade launcher on this one. Removable magazines. I didn't take it out on here, but it will come out. So pretty neat. There they are for that. Now move on to some new stuff. In here, you have this parachute backpack. We haven't seen any of these yet, so really neat, exciting to actually get something totally new. And here it is, pretty bulky. You see the peg in the back. He's got the harness here and the belt that can lock together. Got this hole inside here, which I'm sure will be maybe to the oxygen tube. Come around to the back, open it up, and it's hollow, which is awesome. I think we can probably fold that parachute up, stuff it down in there. Really cool. This is like a kind of a gray color with a bit of a brown tint to it. Looks nice. I'll go ahead and go to the goggles real quick. And we'll take out the first 2 pair. So here you have the smaller silver lensed goggles here. Got the green strap, and these would probably be more proportionate to fit on the figure's head itself. And then here's your larger pair. This has the more like dulled out visor. Looks like it's a bunch of grooves and cuts and scrapes in it maybe. This is wide enough to probably fit around one of the helmets, or both. We'll find out when we get to them. Here you have your GP/NVG panoramic night vision goggles. We've seen them before. You got the 4 lenses here, little attachment to go into the helmet. Neat. Now we're going to move on to our first helmet here. Now you could consider this just a regular tactical base jumping helmet, you know, with the headphones on, but it's got some additions to it. You know, you have the 2-tone colors, you have the dark green, followed in by the really pale green here. There's your attachment on the front of the helmet. So if you wanted to plug in those night vision goggles, you can just pop them right on like that. There's your chin strap. Looks nice. And our final accessory here. It's going to come out in 2 parts. And this is a Gantex Paramaster helmet, typically used by Halo parachutists. Very cool. Nice big visor up here on the top. You can slide down and back up. Really cool. And then here you have your oxygen tube, mask, and breathing system. So very cool. We'll see these again, but it's nice to actually see them, you know, for a first time here. And you got a bit of a more gray color here, and as well as the tube and the breathing system is all black, as well as the mask. You have a more glossy paint over the visor here. Very nice. I really like this. You have these 2 pegs that can slip into each side of the helmet here. So we're going to try that out as well, and I think this is probably going to be our main use. We're going to try the other things when we get to it. And now we'll get the figure out. So So here is the Halo jumper. He looks nice. I love the camo deco. It looks really cool. Nice and vibrant in some spots. Makes the figure like really stand out and pop a bit. He's got the full head makeup, you know, all around, ears, behind the neck, under the chin, all over his face. So nice and camoed out. You see he's got the web gear on, got a holster, the altimeter indicator, a grenade, sheath on the vest for his knife. So that harness actually is fully connected, runs all the way from the vest down to the holsters. So really neat. You see the knee pads here, pants coming down over the boots. Got the flag. Halo patch. Very cool. Didn't even recognize that before. Now I see it up close. I thought it was just a part of camouflage when he was in the pack. Very, very cool. Alright, so let's check out his articulation. We'll come into the head so you can get a close-up of the face. See the detail in it. Looks pretty nice. The head is on a ball joint. You can move forward that far, up that far, side to side, and can rotate full 360. The neck has some range of motion. The arms, so you got your shoulders attached at butterfly joints. Then the hinge, allow the arm to come up that far, and it can rotate a full 360. There's your bicep swivel. Your double jointed pinless elbows. Nice elbow pads on there too. And then your hands are attached by hinge pegs. They can do a full 360 and they can angle down and up. This one actually goes in and out. So pretty neat. The altimeter indicator is not attached, so you can rotate around. You can probably pop his hand off as well and slide that off if you don't want to use it, but it's staying on mine. Now the vest is quite compact and all the way on him, so you're not going to see too much of an ab crunch here. A little bit forward and a little bit back. Waist swivel. These straps running down might block a bit of the drop leg, but there that is, up at the hip. You got thigh rotation. The legs can come out about that far. And back. They're not going to budge at all because of all these straps. To the side. Yeah, that comes out good. Double jointed pinless knees. No calf rotation, but you come down to the ankle and there's upper calf rotation. There's a hinge at the ankle. Foot can go forward that far, up that far, and he's got a side to side pivot. So nice. Articulation is actually better than I thought it would be. And the figure, he looks really good. I'm really surprised. Alright, so let's go ahead and gear him up with some stuff. So we'll go ahead and slide that pistol in right here. I'm actually going to take the rifle and lose the suppressor on it and get that out of here. And I'm going to pop that into this little opening here. He doesn't come with a suppressor, but I think this one, you know, just to fill some spots would look okay in there. Kind of cram it down in there a bit. Maybe a little too much. I'll get it out if I don't want it in there, but for now, that's where it's going to be. We're going to take his knife and slide it into his vest sheath. Right there. Before we get on to anything else, I want to check the helmets out. So, we'll start with these goggles. So we'll bring them down and slide these on, just to get a view of those. Not feeling that too much. We'll bring in this helmet, and I don't think, yeah, it's not going to go on with them goggles. So we'll take that off, and we'll pop that on. So now it looks like he's just getting ready for a base jump. If it was at night, you can pop in the night vision goggles. And there you go. Or if you don't want to use that, take them off. And you'll bring in these blacked out larger goggles that don't look that good, but slide them onto it. Get that down, something like that. Not feeling it. So we're gonna go ahead and just get those off. Now I'm gonna get to the helmet that I wanted to see. And here is the Parrot Master helmet. Really nice. This looks great. So that looks really good on him. You can slide the visor down. Probably look better with the mask on. So let's go ahead and bring that in. And this may be a little tricky here, but I'll get one in and the other. Pop that into place. And then when that's down, there you go. Now you have your actual Halo parachutist. Really nice. So if we lift this arm, we can bring that tube down. And then we're gonna go ahead and try to put the parachute pack on him. So get one arm in. I'm probably gonna have to pop this around. And pop that one in. We're gonna line that peg up and get that through the vest and into the figure's back. Try to pull this a little tight. And plug in that peg so it connects. And then we'll bring the breathing system around here where you have this larger peg and plug that right into the side of the parachute backpack. And if we want, we can put the visor back up momentarily. We could probably put these goggles on him underneath of this as well, you know, just so he has some extra protection. But for now, I'm going to leave it like this because I want to keep that down. I think it's awesome looking. So now, what are we going to do for a weapon? Well, he's going to be jumping, so I think we'll give him, you know, the smaller SIG here. So we'll get it in this hand. He doesn't have to hold it with both hands. And if I made him look like he was in a skydiving pose, of course, I'm going to put his arms out. Probably have him something like that. We'll figure something out so we can throw it into the thumbnail for the video. But I'm going to go ahead and get him plugged onto his stand. The backpack is a bit bulky. He doesn't feel entirely stable to stand on his own. So we're just going to plug him into that. Get him stood up just like that. So let's go ahead and get this parachute out. Alright, so here it is. Now we'll open it up. And there's the inside. Here's the top. I don't have anywhere to put this, but I could always take a couple of coffee filters, put them on the inside so it can hold the parachute up. And we could run like a small hook or something running through that up onto the ceiling and have him hanging from it. But I'm not sure we're going to do that. Maybe in time. Now how this attached, I'm really not sure. So we're going to open this up, and I'm going to assume this is going to plug onto this inner plug on the backpack flap itself, like that, and pop that on. So that way it's in there, and pull a couple of these cords to each side. You don't have to shut it because it would be open. And that's kind of what it would look like, you know, if he was coming down with the parachute. So, something like that. That's pretty cool, pretty detailed. You know, once he's on the ground, you know, carrying it behind him. So how this goes inside, let's try to fold it up a bit and see if we can fit it properly. Now, I don't know how to fold a real parachute, so I'm just going to do just a couple of regular, you know, winds, and then fold it up from the outside in, and see if we can just slip it on down in there, like that. It might not work, but we're going to try. And if we want, we can always just kind of peel it back out. Pretty crazy. Yeah, it's kind of a mess. I really think we should, you know, use that rope that it comes with to wind it up so it's not all bulky. I'll probably do that off camera later on. For now, we're just going to get it kind of packed up in there. So we know that that parachute is in the backpack and he's good to go. All right. So now I think we're going to throw him up onto a type of dynamic stand, pop him up on the turntable, and we'll give you some final thoughts.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Be sure to check out our previous videos. A link will always be pinned in the comments.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
All right, so here you have it. The G.I. Joe Classified Series 60th Anniversary Action Pilot Halo High Altitude Low Opening Jumper. This is an awesome figure. I'm so glad we actually got some new things in here. The figure itself looks phenomenal. He's like, I don't want to say perfect, but he really looks good. The detail and the camouflage. I love the makeup, you know, completely covering his entire head. The halo patch was a pretty good surprise. I like that. I didn't see that at first, but now that we got it, that's pretty awesome. We finally actually get a Paramaster helmet, and that's pretty cool. Pretty accurate in detail, and I gotta say it's very nice looking. You got the tube that runs down, you know, back to his backpack. His right arm, you know, down at the wrist has that altimeter indicator. A nice wide assortment of weapons. And he's just loaded. The main addition, I think that's probably the most exciting, is the backpack and the parachute. The parachute, the way it fits in there, that's something pretty neat. That's a new system that they're doing, and I really think it looks good. When you pull the cords out, you know, and you hold it to figure down while, you know, that's kind of dangling if you were to do that, that looks pretty amazing. Just the quality of it, detail. Whoever took the time to think of that did a great job, and I give them many kudos. As you can see, I brought in a Hasbro stand, and we went ahead and put him in a jump position. You know, kind of he's free falling, base jumping, halo jumping, whatever you want to call it. And he's just coming down, you know, getting ready. He's got a weapon in his hand, and he's good to go. So, a very cool figure. Definite troop builder for some people. I don't troop build these. I'm happy with the one, and I gotta say it's a nice addition. But and I'm glad I picked them up. But anyways, I think that's gonna do it for this one. We got a couple more classifieds coming and a few more things for the weekend, so be sure to tune in. But I hope you all enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please, like always, leave that giant thumbs up, subscribe, tickle that bell so you're notified when we post future videos. Be sure to follow us on social media, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.